Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Talks with Noelle, Season 4, Episode 8. Now, today's guest is someone that I admire. He is very funny and he's going to be my guest for today. So before I read his profile or any of that stuff, I want to first and foremost shout out my sponsors, Boldly Stated. Boldly Stated have been holding me down all of this season, and you can find them on Instagram at boldly.stated for all of your jewelry needs. So that's earrings, bracelets, watches, whatever it is that you like about jewelry. Boldly Stated have got you. Just remember to tell them Noelle sent you, because that one is also important. I hope you're all good. I hope you've all had a lovely week. Still in lockdown, one more day to go, then the lockdown is lifted. Hey, ho, hey, ho. One more day to go, then the lockdown is lifted. But I hope you guys have been keeping safe, washing your hands, sanitizing your hands, all of that good stuff. Most importantly, wearing your face mask, because Corona's got to go. You know what I'm saying? 2021, we don't want to hear about Corona. It's got to be done. Feel me? Today, I will be talking to Nana Made in China. Now, you might be thinking, huh? Nana Made in China, like what? But I will be talking to a creative junkie today. Today's topic is simply life in China Avenue. Like I said to you guys earlier, this season is dedicated to creatives. So it's finding out how people got into their industry, the struggles they faced, how they overcame challenges. And without any further ado, I'm going to read his profile. And as soon as that's done, we'll bring him on. So, Nana Mireku, aka Nana Made in China, is an actor, television, and radio personality. He is the CEO of China Avenue, amongst other things. He attended the Riches of Glory Academy, where he studied for his primary and JHS, which is basically junior high school. He later continued in Dancer Mind 3, where he furthered his education at the Holy Trinity Cathedral for his higher education, which is SHS senior high school. So that would be like secondary school for us, but like year 9 going, I think. Year 9 to year 11. Hannah started his career by making short skits on Facebook to help sell his handmade beads, and he later catered for himself after he left high school. Before then, he had worked for a microfinance company of which he never got paid. Wow. With the hassling of selling pure water, K clothes, shoes, Facebook videos, and making him some cash, he started to make bracelets, which increased in orders because of the funny skits that he used to make of him selling them. In 2018, Nana landed a role as a voice actor for the United Nations International Children's Fund, which is UNICEF. His contract was finalized with one of Africa's leading media units, creative manager of the musician, Papi Kojo, and online media station, A Free Tune Live. Since 2019, July till date, Nana has been producing, directing, and presenting his show. He established the advertising and media firm, China Avenue. Now, we're going to talk about China Avenue because I've had the privilege to see their group chat, and there's like bare of them. So I want to know what they're doing to help other young artists, actors, models get away into the industry by showcasing their talents and skills in his short films, skits, and movies. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I present to you Nana Made in China. So, welcome to Talks with Noelle. This is season 4, episode 8. And as always, my guest for today is none other than Nana Made in China. So before we even go any further, first of all, I want you to describe yourself in 3 words.
I think I am creative, artistic, and edgy.
Creative, artistic, and edgy. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about the name, because your name is very, very creative. Your name is Nana Made in China. How did the name come about? Me, I want to know.
Okay, so it's very simple. When I was in school,
Mm.
um, we used to have like, like entertainment, games, and all of that.
Mhm.
and I used to be like the school's MC.
Mm,
So every time when we're having like these shows, I'm the host.
mhm.
So I'm like, my name is Nana iPhone, Nana Samsung, Nana Noella, Nana this, Nana that. And then at the end, everybody says Nana made in China. So like that was like the catchphrase of me. I felt like that was a nice thing to use. But then I used it because, it's an irony. It's like Ghanaians like made in China stuff, but then there is Nana attached to this one. So it's just an irony of a king in Africa
Mhm.
who has the limit to use the continental stuff to make a brand look beautiful, basically.
Wow. I like that though. Nana made in China. I've never actually thought about it that way, but now that you've put it that way, it makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about your industry. How did you get into the industry? Because I know you to be creative um, content creator. Sorry, I know you to be a creative, a content creator. Others would say you're an actor. Some would say you're a comedian. Like, there's so many things attached to the name and the brand. So, what I want to
Yeah.
ask, how did you get into it? Let's look at the media industry as a whole. How did you get into it?
So you see, I think I got through the industry with social media
Okay.
because social media is a very powerful tool, and I feel like I use social media to get in the industry. And during those times that I wanted to actually be mainstream and like get into the industry, I wanted to do this acting and all that, but then there was not any avenue or any platform that was going to help you like actually put you on spot to start acting or to be creative. There was nothing like that was there to help you do it. So
Mhm.
social media at the time held me with Facebook, my videos, people liking it. And I think consistency, that's why I'm still here.
Okay. So it's funny you said that there was no avenue because I know that your fan club, is it fan club family? They're called China Avenue. So talk to me a
Yeah.
bit about China.
Okay. So China's Avenue is basically a platform that we
Mhm.
create content. We give the chance to other people to also showcase their talent. We have like series, short movies, parodies, like just entertaining creative stuff for the people. So it's like a media creative avenue, basically.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Me too, I want to join.
Yeah. You don't have a problem.
I trust you. Okay, so let's talk about your passion. Like I know earlier when you spoke speaking about your name, you did say that it came from, the name came from emceeing and stuff that you used to do in school. But where did the
Yeah.
actual passion come from? Was there somebody that you saw that you looked at and said, I could do this thing? Where did the actual passion come from?
Okay, I feel like I have had this passion for a very long time. Like as young as I can remember, like maybe as young as I can remember, because I vividly remember my first role on this planet Earth. Like I vividly remember I was in kindergarten two,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like time for PTA, like let's just come to school. So we normally organize like drama and then dancers, choreograph poems for them to see. So I was a poet. I was saying poems and all that. But there was this small acting that was being done in the class that I just knew. I just knew I could do this. And this boy wasn't doing it well. Like he was just Ototo Papa. So now I'm like, oh, I can do this. So they were doing it there, and then the rest of the class had to put our heads on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept looking at them. I kept looking at them because the boy wasn't doing it right. And then the teacher was like, okay, Nana, bro, come and do it and let's see. And I went there and I killed the thing. Like I just tore the thing apart. And I did a thing like for 3 years in a row. So like that was the first thing I did. And I think since then I have always had the passion to, portray different characters, be different people on screen. Yeah, basically the passion has been there for a long time.
Okay, so you spoke about different characters, and I know in your parodies you play multiple roles. So out of all the roles,
Mm.
You might say you don't have a favorite, but okay, let's say out of all the roles that you play, which one would you say that you really enjoy playing or you really enjoy playing?
I think I enjoy playing myself. But there's this character, her name is Ama China.
Mm.
She was featured in Mr. Duyu's video.
Yes. Yeah.
That that's the character like I feel kind of connected to
Mm.
because I mean she's crazy, isn't she? Yeah, she is. So yeah, I
Okay.
think I'll select Ama China.
I'm a China. Okay. And now let's talk about you told me how you got into the industry. But would you say that you found it hard? Because I've spoken to people and they were like, they had to know someone who connected them, and that's how would you say your journey was at the beginning?
Well, I believe that once you have something that is valuable, if
Mm,
your talent is very good and then you polish it well, and then you are talented, and then you have God,
mm,
importantly, of course. I believe it's going to be like ants and sugar. Once there is sugar somewhere, no matter how the sugar is in a very isolated place, the ants are going to find themselves very
100.
close to the sugar. So if
Mhm,
you are doing everything right, I believe the people in the industry who do not even know you or do not even give people the chance are those who are going to want to come close to you, want to know you, want to do all those things.
mhm,
So I believe it's just with you. It starts with you first. It doesn't start with the media. It doesn't start with the industry. Yeah, it's true. The industry is probably effed up,
mhm.
but once you're doing everything right, I think, and you have God, it's going to work as well.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I love that. Okay, so let's discuss your industry. Let's discuss the arts industry. Where would
Okay.
you say you see the Ghana artistic industry in like everyone says 5 years. Let's say 3 years. Where do you see the industry?
Few, few years.
Mm,
So in 3 years, I hope, I don't know, you can't just say a thing for sure because, well, I don't know anything that is being put in place
mhm.
for the industry at large. Because, right now in Nigeria, the whole industry is collaborating.
Yes. Yes.
The whole industry in Nigeria is collaborating now. But right now here in Ghana, I still see us very different, torn apart, like isolated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I don't know. I can't really say for sure. But what I know for sure
mm-hmm.
is that in 3 years' time, if God permits, we are still alive, we're strong and kicking. China's Avenue is putting down a platform that is going to have collaborative new faces.
I like that. I like that.
So I want to have the collaboration of new faces. We're going to start learning the artistry of acting, and then we're going to put in creative measures to put out like short stories, short movies. We tell our stories realistically and beautifully. So in 3 years, I might hope that Chinese Avenue would have like 4 movies on Netflix,
Yeah.
maybe some movies on YouTube, Iroko. You can't tell for sure, but then you have your plans and you know you have God. So you can just hope that it gets to that point. But the industry at large, I hope everybody individually gets where they want to get. But if you want to go far, you go alone. But if you want to go for a long time, you go with somebody. I believe the collaboration is not there, but we
Mm,
have to collaborate. We have to. Because of
that's
that, I can't really think for the industry. Like, it's like, I don't even know. Let me just sip some wine on that.
that's it. Just sip your wine because I understand what you're saying. So with everything that you
Yeah.
talked about the industry and not being a lot of collaborations happening in the industry and people being together, what would you change about the industry?
I believe that everybody has a particular talent that they can unearth. We are all different people. what I really want to change is giving the chance to other people to also unearth what they have hidden in them.
Mm.
And by so doing, we would like to have like a hosting of, because I want to bring new faces and then,
Hmm.
merge in some of the old faces that are relevant.
Yeah.
So I want to like actually teach these new faces the artistry of creativity, because it's not just like how you see it.
Yeah.
It's a whole mental something. Like you have to be very focused, very alert, and then if you feel like you've seen it before, so you can do it, it's wrong. But once you learn hard, you learn more, you explore, you can do it better. So I want us to learn the artistry of the thing.
Hmm.
And then you know how Hollywood is blowing. Hollywood, they just tell their stories, their actual stories that they live. They
Hmm.
just retell the stories as fictions. So that is what I want to inculcate inside. I want to tell our Ghanaian stories as realistic as possible with very good characters.
Hmm.
But I believe like once we are telling our stories, we are doing it well. Like anything like real recognize real. Once you see something that is real, you just feel it. Yeah. So that is what I want to change to bring the realistic aspect of life to filmmaking.
Wow, amazing, amazing. So, what are some of the challenges that you faced when you were coming up? Like, I know you do MC gigs. Like, there's someone ever book you for like to
Yeah.
come and host their show, and then they'll call you and be like,
You
"Oh,
know,
actually, don't come because this big person is coming to host it now." Or like, what challenges did you face?
talking about MCing in itself, okay. My mom used to MC, all right?
Wow.
And yeah, I just knew I could do this. Like I just knew I could do this. So
Mhm.
funny enough, the first time I actually MC, right?
Yeah.
I saw the party flyer, like it was trending on WhatsApp and all that. And then I called the guys who were there, like the organizers of the party, and
Yeah.
I told them that I'm a very big time MC. I've done like MCs for conferences. Meanwhile, I haven't held a mic in my life before, except for school. Like anytimes in school, I used to MC in school. So I told them like this was after school.
Mhm.
I started like I posted like big parties, like most of the parties that they hear, I'm their MC and all that. And they're like, oh, okay, is that true? I'm like, yeah. So they asked me how much I was going to charge, and I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say because I haven't charged, I haven't done this before. I'm like, you know what? Let's finish the party, let's get it on. I'm gonna hype it and all that. And that first day I MC'd was very nice. Like it was great.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. But some of the challenges that I've had is I believe, getting the actual creative avenue to just be yourself, to get people who are like maybe there to try and push you.
Yeah.
But I believe everybody is focused on their brand. So I didn't really take any of these things as challenges or something that were part of my shortcomings. I just
Mhm.
believe, I mean, I'm a Gemini and we are solely independent most of the time. So let's just move, bro. Like, let's move. Because it's moving that you want to move. It's not like you want to be somewhere and wait for Abeku Santana to retweet your video before you move on. Like, no, I've been moving. I have been moving before I met Abeku Santana. Like, like when you're moving as well, then you see like these positive vibes coming out of some of these big people, and it's even more of an inspiration to even go further.
Yes.
So I don't take it like I had any challenges or shortcomings. I have been moving seriously, honestly as well.
That's it. We just keep moving. Lovely. And then, I mean, as in any job, in when you're starting something or getting into anything, one thing I really want to know is, were you ever rejected? And if you did, how did you deal with rejection?
Oh, this this is kind of sad,
Mm-hmm.
but the first time I was rejected, I don't even think it's rejection, but it was one of the big companies here in Ghana who do like television, like mainstream television, one of the big people. They were calling for an audition, and I went.
Mm-hmm.
And the CEO was like, he likes my fluency, he likes my talent. I'm very eloquent, but he wants a fair colored person like Jason LA, somebody he can merge with Sister Deborah, who is an Afghan person who can shine bright on the screen.
Wow.
Yes, seriously. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, okay, okay, you know what? I'm very eloquent, I'm very fluent. So like, um, I should come the next day with some of my clothes in my wardrobe so that he will see what I can wear and all that. So the next day, I went there with arguably some of my best clothes, like what I know, like this can touch for TV and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I took the clothes there and he was like, no, don't I have any, sports jackets, something like leather,
Mm-hmm.
something that, and then he called his PA
Yeah.
to come and tell me that they can't work with me, I should go. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
When I went home, I spoke to my best friend about it, and he was like, really? It doesn't really make sense. But on my way home, I felt broken. I was like,
Mm.
what's really? But when I almost got home, and then I think I saw a picture of Nana Brown on one of the brands, and I'm like, no, these people, it's their loss. They have rather lost me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
funny enough, a few years down the line, when I got my contract with Adum TV,
Mm-hmm.
they now called somebody to come on their television channel to come and do my show, like some of my show on their television station. And the person was literally doing it like I do it.
Wow.
It lasted for 3 months though. Cheers to that.
Amen. Wow. That is crazy.
Very crazy,
I mean, you can
very,
never,
very
it's
crazy.
not, you can't, if it's not original, it's not original. Real recognize real, like you said earlier. And I think it was just one of
Yeah,
those cases. Wow.
exactly.
Okay, so I've got a few more questions for you, then we'll be done because I know you're in Kumasi, you got a busy day.
How do you know? Oh, I told you. But Kumasi is
Following,
fun. Oh, the food
wait,
here
what
is
are you
different.
actually doing
It's
in Kumasi?
different. Come again.
What are you doing in Kumasi?
Oh, so we have like an end of the year conference for like our foundation and then some of our actors here in Kumasi. So
Mm-hmm.
like we are just doing like a round of creative content of the end of year
Mm-hmm.
and then planning towards next year and then drinking a lot of wine and going to see nice places here, basically.
Sounds fun. Next year I'll come. Next year I'll come down and I'll go with you.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
sure, of course.
Okay, so following your story, I don't want to call it rejection because I don't think it was rejection. I think that it was they lost out on you. So following that
Yeah,
story,
they did.
what would you say
Of course.
keeps you motivated?
I believe there are a lot of inspirations in the world, and then honestly, I've been looking at a lot of people like growing up, and they're like very, very huge motivations to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned Noah Brown in the beginning. I mentioned I like Mame Sewa,
Mm-hmm.
like that club dancing, yeah, Jackson, Rahim Banda, Abeku Santana,
Mm-hmm.
Delay, Schwarzenegger, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey,
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. I've been looking at all these people like I've just been yearning to like look up to them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing that I found very odd about myself
Yeah.
because um, I am a creative. I do visual stuff,
Yeah.
but there is some connection between myself and music that
Oh,
I found in Efia that has been like a very crazy inspiration, like off the top of everything since my journey.
mm-hmm.
the songs of a fear that I used to listen to, I still listen to them.
Oh yeah. What?
And funny enough, I've had this phone for 12 years.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, look at the screen. This was the phone that I used to download a fierce songs with those times.
Hmm.
And for some reason, the phone is spoiled, the phone is damaged. Look at the cover. It's retarded, honestly, but I can't even throw the phone away. Like I just keep going back. I sleep with this phone
Mm, mm,
because
mm.
it has like all the songs of the fear that I love, like I dearly
Oh,
so love. And I can get the songs on YouTube or download them everywhere, but I still want to use the same phone to play the songs, and it's crazy. Yeah, so I think music has been a very crazy part of my journey that nobody
hmm,
knows, and
hmm.
it's different and it's nice. Yeah.
Lovely. And then what would you say, or what advice would you give to upcoming? Actually, what advice would you give to the youth? The reason why I ask this is I know that you're very big on the socials. You're very big on social media, and a lot of them are using social media in ways that are not uplifting their brand, or so to say, or to them it's uplifting their brand, but someone might look at them and be like, actually I wouldn't want to be, I wouldn't want to work with this person because XYZ. So what advice would you give to the youth concerning social media?
So I think that God has actually worked miraculously in my life because at a point in time I was just solely based on social media so much that you just get head over heels around social media because it's just on the phone.
Yeah.
But I think God moved me to a professional limit, like on national television, and it's just reduced some of the crazy things and made them professional. It
Mm-hmm.
just took away some of the things that cannot make you polished for an international brand away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to tell the youth that if you're on social media, I have been on social media only. And then God has moved me to a national television standard and social media now. So I know how to balance the two to make sure that you are giving the social media the right attention, and then you are giving the national or the whole world at large another chance to respect you or regard you as part of the people who are important in the industry. So I believe that people should just not see themselves as social media whilst they're social media. They should see themselves as a brand that can be presented to an African community. If you are taken to America, are you going to be loved? If you are taken to Nigeria, will people remind you or will people see you?
Mm-hmm.
That brings me back to where I spoke about Efia because
Yeah.
she's a Ghanaian brand, but when she's in the New York, people sing to her songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you have to be accessible everywhere.
Mm.
So I think that's one of the things I'll tell the youth.
Mm-hmm.
They should be accessible to somebody in Kenya, somebody in Ethiopia, somebody in South Africa. If they love them, they must have some time to give them content that will make them like, okay, I understand this, I know this,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to go far.
Amazing. Wow, I love that. And then my last and final question to you is, what's next? What should we expect from you?
Okay, so right now we're having a premiere
Okay.
on the 14th of February. It's a love story. We're going to be premiering it. Um, I think this is the second time I'm talking about this, so yeah, exclusive. Yeah, yeah. So on 14th February, we have a premiere on YouTube. It's going to be a love story. So
Uh-huh.
that's one of our major things that people should watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
And then apart from that, our Creative Junkie Academy is working now. We have actually started recruiting people in Accra, in Kumasi, and in Western region.
Okay.
So when we came here, we've seen some of our actors, we've spoken, we've done a lot of pictures and some rehearsals and stuff. So people should watch out for our academy movies, our academy series, and all that. It's gonna be crazy, very
Wow,
crazy.
that's amazing. I am excited. I can't wait.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see this.
I mean, it's you. I love you.
And last and final, where can people get a hold of you? And I know this already, but I'm going to ask again anyway. Are you open to working with anyone?
You know something?
Mm,
Funny enough, I was called on a set, yeah, with someone whom I wouldn't say I'm fighting with, but there's like a clash. There's been a clash and banter on social media.
mhm,
And I don't know what this person went there to say, but then the client called me. This is a very big client. The client called me and then he was like, "Oh, Nana, do you have a problem with Noella Francesca?" I'm like, "Oh, no." It's like, "Okay, we're trying to pair the two of you for something." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then he goes offline. Then he comes back again. And it's like, "Are you sure you're cool with Noella Francesca?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm very cool. It's work. We can work." It's like, "Okay, that's great. I like your energy." Then he comes back again for the third time. He's like, um, "Do you like us to use Noella Francesca or we should use Efia?" I'm like, "What do you think would be best?" And it's like, "Okay." So I
mhm,
found out later that this person has gone to say a lot of things, a lot of things that I think if they said action and I was supposed to kiss her, I would kiss her. It is work. I am so open to work that I don't even see you that I'm fighting with, or I don't care. Let's just work and move on. That's the most important thing.
I love
So
it.
yeah, I'm very open. I'm very accessible, very open. Once it's business and it's been branded properly in front
Mm,
of me, of course, of
mhm.
course. I'm
And
on Instagram.
I know you have other projects, so you do other things. I know you have your own clothing line, God Day We Day.
Yeah,
So you have that. There's China Avenue, Creative Junkie. What
yeah.
else am I missing?
We have the Janet Yeboah Foundation.
Okay, let's talk about that a bit. So what does that entail?
So it's a non-governmental organization that we try as much as possible to make the Nana Made in China brand
Okay.
source some channel of income to the less privileged or those who need it. So it's like a foundation set up to channel some of the money and what we get from Nana Made in China, God Day We Day, our restaurants, a few of the things to the society, to those who also need it.
Wow,
Exactly.
lovely. So I know you said restaurant. So when you're back in Accra, I will be coming to that restaurant.
Sure, you have to come and eat something there. Our food are delicious. Oh, I miss
I'll,
my kinky right now.
I'll be there. So thank you so much, Nana. Thank you for honoring my invite for coming on. We have to do
You're
this
welcome.
again once Corona's over and we can meet face to face.
We will.
Have to
We
do this.
will. We will. It's been a pleasure being here. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to everybody who watched. Shout outs to my fans. God bless you all. China 4. I love you all. Follow me on Instagram at Anamid in China.
Okay, they will do. Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing interview, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling inspired, especially with the fact that, I don't want to say he was rejected, especially with the fact that they turned him down for a role because he wasn't a lighty. Um, it's crazy, but you know what? He's doing big things. He's blown on social media and he's spoken to us, about how to correctly use social media. We're going to bring him on again, hopefully in season 5, where we're going to talk more about the perks of social media. But until then, guys, this is your girl Noelle Francesca signing out, saying thank you to Bodley Stated, who are my official sponsors. And I will see you guys again, same time, same place next week. Do you want to know who my guest is? Make sure you tune in. That's the only way you're going to find out. So, guys, I will see you same time, same place next week at 8 o'clock right here. Don't go anywhere. Have a great week, guys. I love you all. God bless you. Mwah.